Hello everyone, welcome once again to Arco's Realm of Horror. Tonight, I bring you a story sent all the way from Brazil, a tale soaked in darkness, betrayal, and the unbelievable power of black magic. This is the account of a man whose entire life was torn apart, not by strangers, but by the very blood he trusted most. He wrote this to me, and I now tell it to you. My name is Rafael Moreira, and I live in Recife, Brazil. For most of my life, things had been good, more than good, actually. I ran a medium-sized import-export business. It wasn't some multi-million-dollar empire, but it was thriving. We dealt in electronics, some food products, and even a few unique crafts that were in demand in Europe. I had worked hard, built connections, and slowly turned a dream into reality. At home, I had my girlfriend, Mariana, who had been with me for years, and though we weren't married yet, we were inseparable. My parents lived nearby, and my little cousins often visited. Our house was filled with laughter, warmth, and security. But the truth about life is simple: happiness is fragile. It takes years to build, yet only a moment, or a curse, to shatter it. It began subtly. At night, when everyone slept, I'd hear faint scratching noises above the ceiling. At first, I thought it was just rats, or maybe pigeons nesting. But then, it grew louder. It wasn't scratching anymore, it was dragging, thumping, stomping. Sometimes, in the dead of night, I'd wake up to hear what sounded like footsteps running across the ceiling, back and forth, until it felt like the roof itself might cave in. Mariana would shake me awake, terrified. "Rafael, listen. There's someone up there." But when I climbed the attic with a flashlight, there was nothing. Just dust, cobwebs, and silence. Soon, other things began happening. Objects moved on their own, a vase shifting a few inches, doors creaking open when no wind blew, lights flickering at strange hours. My health declined. I had always been strong, but suddenly, I began losing weight rapidly. My skin grew pale, my eyes hollow. The doctors ran tests, but nothing explained the fatigue that chained my body. My business, too, began to collapse. Deals fell through mysteriously. Clients backed away without reason. Cargo went missing, shipments delayed, money drained like water through my fingers. It was as if every corner of my life was being poisoned. But the most terrifying thing was not the business loss. It was what I saw in the nights. One night, as I struggled to sleep, I saw it, a shadowy figure standing at the corner of my room. Tall, thin, its outline shifting unnaturally, as though smoke had taken the form of a man. Its head tilted at an angle too sharp for any human. I froze. My body refused to move. My lips tried to scream but no sound emerged. The shadow didn't rush me, didn't vanish, it just watched. For hours. Until, eventually, morning sunlight erased it. My children, my little nephews and nieces who often stayed with us, began screaming at night. They claimed there were people without faces in their room. One night, Mariana woke me sobbing. She had dreamed of being dragged by her hair into the darkness, and when she woke, her hair was actually knotted into a twisted braid, like unseen hands had been at work while she slept. By then, we were broken. My once warm house had become a prison of terror. I sought help everywhere, medical doctors, therapists, even psychiatrists. Nothing explained what was happening. Finally, desperate, I went to a Catholic priest named Father Joaquim in Recife. He listened silently as I poured my story. When I finished, he placed his hands on the table and said words that shattered me. "Rafael, what you describe is not illness. It is not madness. Someone has cursed you with Phytocaria negra, black magic. They have taken something from you, hair, clothes, perhaps even personal objects, and used it in rituals of destruction. This is why your life decays piece by piece. My stomach turned. But, who would do this to me? The priest hesitated, then sighed. Most often, it is family. Someone envious of your success. Someone close enough to know you well. I shook my head. My family? My uncles, cousins? No, they wouldn't. But deep inside, I knew. For years, my uncle Paulo and his sons had despised me. They ran a small shop, always struggling. When my business began thriving, they made jokes, mocking, bitter laughs. They never congratulated me, only said, "Don't forget, Raphael, luck can change overnight." My blood turned cold. I confronted my mother. At first, she resisted, but then, in tears, she confessed something she had kept from me. Weeks earlier, she had seen my Uncle Paulo's son sneaking near our laundry line, cutting small pieces from my shirts, gathering strands of hair from a comb. She thought it was nothing. She never imagined. The priest confirmed it. He told me they had gone to a macambero, a black magician in the outskirts of the city. They had paid him to ruin me, so that my business would crumble, so that sickness would eat me alive, so that my family would suffer. I felt rage so deep it nearly drowned me. Blood betraying blood. Father Joachim agreed to help. But he warned me, the path back will be painful. Black magic leaves scars. For weeks, he came to my house. He sprinkled holy water, burned incense, recited powerful exorcism prayers. We had to burn every piece of clothing that had been stolen, cut ties with anything touched by the curse. During those nights, the shadows grew furious. We heard inhuman screams echoing through the halls, the sound of nails clawing at walls. Once, Mariana was lifted from the bed, her body floating inches above the mattress, before crashing down. The children would cry as if invisible hands pinched them. But we endured. Slowly, the heaviness lifted. I could breathe again. The noises grew weaker. My health returned bit by bit. The business did not fully recover, but at least it stopped crumbling. One evening, I went to my Uncle Paulo's house. I looked him in the eye and said, "What you've done has not destroyed me. But it will destroy you. The evil you send out always finds its way home. The curse will return to its master." His face went pale. He said nothing. His sons avoided my eyes. From that day on, I kept my distance. But whispers spread in the neighborhood. Paulo's shop began failing, his health declined, his sons fought among themselves. They too were now haunted. Perhaps the curse had begun devouring its creators. Life eventually calmed. But even now, years later, I sometimes wake at night and feel watched. Sometimes, a shadow flickers in the corner of my room. Not strong, not solid, but still there, as if reminding me, darkness never disappears completely. It only waits. I live on, cautious, faithful, but scarred forever by what happened. And so I share this story with you, not as entertainment, but as warning. Beware envy. Beware betrayal. Beware the unseen hands of black magic. Because once it touches you, it never truly lets go.